The biggest in our culture, Tupac is a fake.
No, he's not. People really overemphasize this Pac was a fake image when Pac was more than most of these modern rap niggas. Straight up. His mom was actually a crackhead. He actually was in the hood. He actually did shoot a cop.
Pac turned into a hard. Pac himself was not a hard. He was an art kid that was heavily into politics. He's an actor. He's the that's writing poems. He's an art kid. He went to a art school. What you do as a kid is who you are. Everything else is what society makes you into. He was made into that thug. He's not a thug.
I'm so tired of you nobody never will be motherfuckers calling a legend fake. And in the same breath, y'all call this man fake. Y'all call a motherfucker like King Von real or Jeezy real. King Von was a motherfucking hood exterminator, okay? He killed his own people. What the fuck is real about that? Jeezy sent black man to take out another black man. Allegedly. Gotta say allegedly for legal purposes. Who did Tupac shoot? Two racist white motherfuckers who was fucking with a black man that he didn't even know. He didn't even think about it. He just acted because he saw another brother who needed fucking help and he did that shit. But y'all want to praise these so-called block bosses and hood monsters and they just really pieces of shit. And you know why you praise them? Because you pussy. You go to work and call another man boss. And then when that man snap on you, you don't do a goddamn thing. And on top of that, you apologize to him for your time. Sorry, I was late, boss. I done got fired from so many jobs for telling management. If you talk to me like that again, we gonna step outside and I don't care if I win. But when I'm done, you will respect me. But not you. You bite your tongue like the bitch you are. You are a fucking speed bump and a goddamn doormat for life. And you live vicariously through pieces of shit because you too pussy to do any goddamn thing for yourself. Some of y'all hate the fact that this man who's been dead longer than he was alive will be loved until this planet don't exist no more. But your legacy gonna disappear like a fucking fart in the wind. Mine too. But I ain't pussy like you, so I don't give a fuck.
Rap convention.
Right.
Rap convention. And they come down. Dana Dane was on big shout out to Dana Dane. Dana Dane, it's the escalator wasn't working in the hotel, so everybody had to catch the elevator. And Dana Dane was sitting on the broken escalator. I get on the elevator. Money B is on there. I just finished chopping up with him. He drunk. I see who now Tupac. I didn't know that was him.
You didn't know that was him, right?
I didn't know that was him. He dancer, you know.
With Digital Underground.
With Digital Underground. But it wasn't that thug persona. And how would it be a thug persona to somebody who's already thugging in the streets?
Right.
Like I'm already a wild man. So I didn't see him like everybody else saw him.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and that's comedian Ali Sadiqq. Claimed to be this hardened nigga that he did some time in prison. I'm a podcaster. I don't give a fuck. Everybody gets it. So if he sees this, it is what it is. I'm in Atlanta. There's no malice behind my message. You're just wrong, sir. Now, I went on Google and checked out year 51. Tupac, had he lived, he'd be 55. See, I have a problem with niggas that's like younger than me trying to tell me what the fuck time it was. Even if he was allegedly thugging in the streets, right? Let's say you said a rap convention with Digital Underground. So this had to be 1990, which would have made Tupac 19, which would have made you roughly about 14. I don't know, or 15. I don't know how the fuck you would have been there, but let's just say you was, right? I have a family member, this nigga's like a decade younger than me, trying to tell me how hard it is to stay out of trouble and niggas be pressing up on him, but he the one that pressed the line and he got to keep the strap. No, you're afraid, sir. That's to my family member and any nigga that's claiming that they got to have a pistol 24/7. You're afraid. You're a victim. See, I sold drugs. I sold crack when I was 15. I sold pills and weed when I was in my 20s and early 30s. Hell, I think I stopped selling weed when I was 32. I never needed no pistol and nobody never ran up on me. And I knew all the niggas that sold crack and cocaine. They was actually cool with me. So how niggas be magnets for trouble or people pressing them, just two things going on. They see through your facade and you ain't built like that, or you pussy and you need the banger because you fear for your life. Me, I ain't never gave a fuck about shit and I could always handle these. So going back to the original point, he would have been younger than Tupac. Let's say he, at best, if it was around the Digital underground era, Tupac was 2021. He was like 15, 16. He wouldn't have known what the fuck a real thug was. The only thing he would have been able to know was what the fuck he was. And at 15, 16, hell, even 17, to a nigga that's in his 20s, that's minuscule shit. And don't get me wrong, because sometimes niggas that's younger that do damaging shit when they're in their teens, but for the most part, it's not. And when I was 20, most niggas that was young niggas in their teens, they was harmless to me. We used to smoke weed with niggas that was like 16, 17 when I was 20, 21. These niggas had pistols. They were no threat at all. I'm not saying that certain points that Sadiqq made probably weren't valid, because some were. But for him to say on a brief encounter that he didn't pick up on the thug persona, well, you wouldn't have, because he actually, like, one, he's older than you, 20 years old. He ain't got shit to prove to you. That's another thing. Young niggas think because you ain't like acting hard or acting tough that you're not built like that. No, I'm just not posturing. See, when you get older and you're older than a nigga, like if you in your 20s and they in their teens, they're used to posturing, people that act tough. Just like when you're in your 30s and you see niggas in their 20s, they're used to people acting tough. When I hit 35, not even 30, 35, when I hit 30, I ain't gotta prove shit to you. You can think I'm sweet because I show all 32 teeth till I press you out. That's as simple as I can put it. As far as him saying Tupac wasn't, he goes on in the interview with Shay Shay to say that Tupac wasn't a real thug. Well, last time I checked, and I stated this in previous videos, being a thug isn't required. It's not a huge prerequisite, right? It's smoking weed, doing loose crimes or petty crimes, hanging with niggas in the streets, dabbling in crime. Like, people get it fucked up. Like, being a thug is you got to be this tough, hardened, ex-convict criminal. That's stupid. What he is, he's actually a hardened criminal, ex-convict, which is different than a thug. Now, I tell people all the time, don't get it fucked up. A drug dealer is not a gangster. A pimp is not a gangster. A thug is not a gangster. A lot of people think because you a pimp, you got to be ultra violent. Or if you a drug dealer, you got to be ultra violent. Actually, most drug dealers, comparative to gangsters, aren't that violent. They use the gangsters to inflict violence on people. Them themselves don't necessarily do it. With thugs, niggas be snatching chains, burglarizing houses, sticking up people, stealing shit, selling ounces of weed here or there. Like, to be a thug, you ain't gotta be no fucking organized mobster. Like, that's stupid. And you also don't have to be a convicted felon. That's stupid. I know a lot of niggas that was thugging never went to prison. I know a lot of niggas that was thugs and didn't sell a lot of drugs. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, so I guess he's entitled to his opinion about Tupac not being like a thug. I guess that's subjective, because like, unless you know his history, what he did in Baltimore or Marin City, you couldn't tell him anyways. That's just your motherfucker opinion. And as far as those two dudes before I started rolling the video, that were talking about Tupac was an art student and I'm an artist. What the fuck does that mean? Like, motherfuckers is discounted like because you an artist. Like, what does that mean? Artist is pussy? I know niggas that can paint, beat your ass up. Just like I know niggas that sculpture, that sold drugs. I know niggas that make fucking jewelry that'll rob you. Or used to. They don't do that no more. I know niggas that used to do filmmaking like me. They used to motherfucker break into houses, jack cars. Don't get it fucked up like a nigga artist. He gotta be sweet because he went to art school. No, he just had an education. You fucking stupid dummies. Most kids, and I will state this, in a 17, 16s, or 15s, most kids aren't the hard, even if they got a juvie record, aren't the hardest motherfuckers. We can stop it. Like, what do you think? Teenagers out here like Chucky and Child's Play? Sound crazy. In any event, it felt like this episode, and yes, I will rally for Tupac because he was a messenger for the people. He was a man of the people, regardless if he went to art school or not, whether he was a real street nigga. Most of these boneheads that claim that they street niggas, they just dummies with guns or dummies with a gang affiliation. That's pretty much it. You niggas is like retards and should probably go to school. I'm glad Ali Sadiqq actually became a comedian, but Come on, man. Like, get up off that. Just because a nigga didn't go to prison don't mean shit. I know a lot of niggas that sold drugs, beat niggas up, shot niggas, robbed niggas, and never went to prison. Sound crazy. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.